If we do not deal with food security within our national action plans, then, when do we think sustainable peace will be developed? We looked at health, education, and climate change. And all of those ones, if you can look at it like with climate change, it's mentioned 2,000 times. Health is mentioned 3,000 times. And education, 4,000 times. Whereas food, across all of these, were mentioned only 618 times, right? And this is just to give a breakdown in terms of how it was mentioned across the WPS documents. And you can really see the relatively low attention that it gets, and it's really, really quite evident within this space, right? And especially when we're talking about how peace must be produced. How do you produce peace when you're hungry and things like that? And yet when we've got the opportunity and the pen was in basically women's hands, and we still did not think about it in terms of a sustainable way. In terms of our own policy recommendations that we had, is what really we need to engage more with civil society and gender minorities to incorporate this within peace building processes.
Thank you very much, Chido. And we do have a list. One, we would be like, please open doors for us, whether in South Sudan or South Africa. Don't know how you're going to talk to your peers, but we want to be in the spaces and really get this going. A second, and I think the most important part of the conversation that we've had is like, we want food security to move away from a humanitarian approach only, but that it becomes more and more part of the peace and security discussion, because we're finding, and as the research has shown and everything else, if we don't talk about it, whether we're doing transitional justice, whether we're doing peace building at the beginning and drafting all of these policies, it does not become part of the conversation later on. It really just becomes lost.